What is this? Producers of Afterlife Beyond the Light. Through research and encounters, the other side speaks. Interesting. Interesting. Some sort of documentary or more structured video by the other side NDE. When? At 9 p.m., so in 2 hours and a half. We've seen this by Dakota Lee today. It's pretty good. You can find it in my Discord server in the spirituality text channel. This one is pretty good, was pretty good as well. It's in Italian, but in the aliens text channel I posted a sort of uh, summary by Gemini in English. Pretty comprehensive summary, not a short summary in this case. I mean, this one is a full interview. Let's see. 1 second. I would like a summary that is as short as possible. This is what I always say. In the meantime, let me create a OBS hotkey to show there you go, like this. Okay, I don't know if I'll use it. Anyway, back to Gemini. Let's see. Childhood emotional experiences often shape adult survival strategies. Transformation. Okay, that sounds good. I mean, it sounds kind of good. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this video right here, it's actually in Italian, but YouTube automatically translate the title in English to English because I use YouTube in English usually. So the title is To Believe or Not to Believe in God. And I asked, since it's a pretty long video of a channel that I have just found, I asked Gemini to summarize it as shortly as possible in Italian, in this case, and the gist of it, if that's how you say it, was that it shouldn't just be about faith that you've been taught as a child to just follow mindlessly. You need to do your own research, like I did, learning about NDEs, near death experiences, psychedelics, uh, aliens, shaman oaks, spiritism, energy healing, telepathy, shared death experiences, all these kind of things that will lead you to recognize the many things about the spiritual universe. I don't know everything, of course, about the spiritual universe. I don't know, maybe I don't know a lot yet, but I'm in the process of reading Shaman Oaks' book, which I recommend, and it is in the spirituality text channel of my Discord server. Link in the description or in the channel description. Moving on. Whatever. Okay, so we're at shorts. Let's look at shorts. Cybershape for Chopper. It's whatever. Of course you can use Cybershape for Chopper.
Somebody linked me a clip and said Protobelt Vex. Why the hell would you build Protobelt and Vex, bro? You have 1 million dashes already. Protobelt Vex. Ah?
Oh, red dogs.
What? Somebody linked me a clip and said Protobelt Vex.
Okay,
Why the hell would you build?
In the Lancet last November 2025, there was more research that came out on UPFs stating their harmful impacts on a variety of cancers. But the most notable one was the fact that 60% of bowel cancer can be preventable via diet. But because most people are consuming ultra-processed foods, it's a huge driving factor towards increased rates of bowel cancer. It's now the #1 cancer in the States.
Importance of healthy foods and fiber. Healthy foods that are high in fiber, like oats, oatmeal, beans or legumes, nuts, fruits and vegetables. Whole grains can also include whole wheat pasta. Don't overdo it with fiber, you need to increase it gradually. If you want more guidance, just ask me in the server.
And it's #4 here in the UK.
For example, I personally, for lunch, I purposely choose refined pasta because otherwise, by eating oatmeal for breakfast and legumes for dinner, I would end up having too much fiber, and my stools would not be formed if I also had whole wheat pasta for lunch.
In younger generations, Simon, than ever before. The fact we're taking the goodness essentially out of the foods in the form they come, and we can still cook, you can still fry, you can still bake things in the oven. I'm talking about a degree of processing we don't do in our kitchen at home. In the Lancet last November 2020.
So, okay, 60% of bowel cancer is preventable with a healthy diet.
Whatever subscriber I shoot wins 10 grand. What did I hit? Right over here. Antonio Safari. You just won $10,000 and you need to hit the subscribe button because in a month I'm going to do this again and your name could end up on that wall. Hit subscribe. Whatever subscriber I shoot wins 10 grand.
Cheap, easy way to gain subscribers. Just subscribe to enter a lottery, essentially, that you are very unlikely to win. because he has, let's see how many subscribers he has. I'm guessing 100 million. Oh, 480 million. Yeah. So you have one chance out of 480 million to win the 10 grand. But why not subscribe anyway?
720 million people brought together in a free market, an increase of 40% in European exports to Mercosur annually. 2 regions across the ocean, one prosperous future. A partnership on climate, environment, and human rights. Opportunities for micro-businesses and big companies alike. The strongest safeguards to protect European farmers and food standards. Unlocking savings worth €4 billion for EU businesses every year, giving us access to critical raw materials to power Europe's clean energy future.
Mercosur is one of the most consequential trade agreements of the first half of this century. Let's ensure that this agreement delivers on its promises and serves the generations to come.
720 million people brought together.
Okay, trade getting better. Trade getting better, although the future is without trade, without money. The distant future, at least. As you can see, well, whatever. If you want to learn more, I can just tell me in the server.
You guys spread your arms. If I hang down, wait.
Now what? Now what?
I'm here with Danny Ishay. Danny, tough matchup out there today with the vegan outreach. Walk me through that last interaction.
Yeah, so, we came in early with the plants feel pain.
Come on, bro, like, plants feel pain. Like, look at this tree, they feel pain. They can really...
Thought he had me there for a second, but didn't panic. Stuck to the game plan. Just asked him, how could a plant possibly feel pain if there's no fully developed central nervous system like we see with animals? He fumbled. We capitalized on that.
So there was a moment where he pivoted over to lions eat meat, though.
Bro, what about lions? Like, they literally, like, the meat, like the flesh, and they go with the come on, like, the predators. Like,
What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one, but again, we trained for this. Let him know that lions also murder humans, but we don't look at that as a justification.
I already know all of the arguments in favor of veganism. Let's see, this food makes your penis harder? Let's see.
100 grams of every day, and they saw a decrease in erectile dysfunction.
So nuts will make my penis harder.
There's a study called the Health Professionals Follow-Up Study. They looked at 20,000 men, and they saw that men who adhered to a Mediterranean diet had a 22% lower risk of erectile dysfunction. What specific things in that diet, what are the superfoods I need to have? Almonds are great, but pistachios, they actually did a study on pistachios. They looked at 100 grams of pistachios every day.
100 grams of pistachios every day, that's a lot. And it's gonna get expensive.
And they saw a decrease in erectile dysfunction.
So pistachio nuts will make my penis harder.
I mean, so I always say, like, I don't love to talk about superfoods because then people are like, oh, I just gotta eat pistachios and it's all good, right?
Yeah.
It's part of a whole diet. But certainly having nuts, because they have great omega-3s, they have healthy fats, these are the reasons that they really sort of improve diet. Anything that has sort of flavonoids, colorful fruit like blueberries, citrus fruits, lycopene, which is red fruits, all of these things improve antioxidants and also have been shown to reduce the incidence of erectile dysfunction. So having stronger erections, specifically blueberries actually came out to have I think something around 20% also improvement in erectile function when you're eating blueberries regularly. So lots of, I think, things in the diet that can be helpful. Also, fiber is one that we don't talk about enough. When you eat fiber in your gut, it converts to short-chain fatty acids. These short-chain fatty acids then sort of have these endothelial protective mechanisms. They protect the blood vessels. They make them healthier. And so when your blood vessels are healthy, you get better metabolic health. So you get less diabetes, less high blood pressure, less high cholesterol. And all of these things together improve erectile function. So I think making sure that you meet the criteria for fiber, which is 38 grams for men, 25 grams for women, is really, really important. And then obviously managing your calories in a maintenance, right? Because we don't want to gain weight, because excess adipose tissue or excess fat also puts you at higher risk for erectile dysfunction and other sexual dysfunctions. 100 grams of use every day, and they saw a decrease in erectile dysfunction.
So nuts will make my penis harder.
There's a study called the
Not all views are.
So yeah, that short was basically about nutritional guidelines, as per usual. I already know them. I already know how to eat healthy. Maybe lycopene from tomatoes. I should incorporate that more often with pasta, you know.
Are created equal. The first video I ever made had about 500 views. Not all views are created equal.
Now, herpes is caused by one of two different viruses, although there have been people that have contracted both. One is called herpes simplex virus type 1, or HSV1, and the other is called herpes simplex virus type 2, or HSV2. Now, HSV1 is most often associated with sores around the mouth and the lips, often referred to as cold sores or fever blisters, whereas HSV2 is most often associated with sores around the genital structures and even the anus. But there is some potential crossover between these two viruses, and that has to do with how you contract them. HSV1 is typically contracted or spread through direct contact with infected oral secretions from someone who has HSV1. And this is actually often done during childhood. Say like a parent or a sibling has a visible active lesion, and this infected oral secretion gets transferred from, say, like kissing or sharing of other various items that eventually make it to the mouth. Now, herpes is caused by one of two different...
Yeah, this video could be worth a watch. The full video, why herpes never goes away. Although in the future we might cure all disease, according to Demesis Sabis. If you want sources, just let me know in the server. I think we're done. Yep.